Well, I hope everybody finds me again. Let's see if this works now. I wonder if everybody finds me again. Okay, so I'm going to try to finish this. Hopefully, everybody finds me because I have to go. I have to go. All right. I have to go soon. So you guys are back. Can you hear me now? Okay, that was crazy. That was crazy. All right. It was interesting because when I started talking in code, I literally heard talking code in my head, talking code. So I was trying to not say too much, but trying to say everything. So I hope you guys understood that. And I hope that first part is not taken down. But I think this reading speaks for itself, right? What I was explaining for the people who were on before, right? The overall energy of this reading was trust your talents in changing times. Things are about to change, right? I think more drastically than what we have seen. And then I mean, we're very intelligent people. We are very tuned in and tapped on. We are in a community of spiritually like-minded people. So these people, you that I am talking to, I think you kind of get the drift, right? Because we can see in the world that they are playing in our face. We saw what just happened to that other social media platform the other day, right? And you would still see people in the comment section saying, look who saved this platform, right? So those are little things that are like kind of like playing in our face, right? But also with playing in our face, there will be manipulation. And for people who don't believe it, those are the people who are susceptible to a spiritual attacks. It's not so much as of just being weak. It's about the people who do not believe in anything else except what they are told are usually the ones who are susceptible to spiritual attacks. I'm not knocking anybody's religion, but religion is one of the best examples of how that is done. Do not believe anything else except this of what you are told, and that's what usually leaves you for attacks, right? It's the same thing that we would tell children. You can't be naive, right? So what I'm saying here is that right now is a time to expand. Okay, expand your talents, expand your networks, expand what you do, expand how you operate. Always at the forefront, lead with love, right? Love, connection. All right, not being so triggered. We got the lovers here. We got the nine of pentacles here. Financial independence is also going to help you expand your portfolio. If you work at a job or a 9 to 5 and you're like, Chelsea, well, what do I do? Now it's time for you to, there's something that you like. There's something that you enjoy. There's something that you do well that somebody told you, hey, you should probably try to do this, or you're good at this. Maybe you should have clients, or yada, 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 those type of things, because that is where your success is going to come from. Okay. That is where you're going to feel more comfortable as these times start to change, where you're not just relying on one entity and then you're screwed. Okay. Same with me. You have to expand your different forms of income, right? Different forms of income. The first card, before we got into that I didn't even show you that came out, was the Sun and the Chariot. So moving forward, getting through these challenges and changes is going to bring you enlightenment. It's going to bring you joy, happiness. You will be successful. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's only to be vigilant. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say, is that some of the things that are going to start being put in our face, we're going to have to think a little bit harder about it. We can't just trust everything at face value. If you have a scrolling addiction, right now is probably a time to start trying to taper that down to maybe an hour a day. Okay. If you're constantly looking at advertisements or TV, maybe you try to fill that gap with learning something, preferably picking up a book than YouTube or, online courses and things like that, because it's saying here to really trust. This is advice from Spirit, King of Cups, Page of Cups, right? Anytime you get any type of information, right? Anything or messages or that may trigger some sort of emotions, tap in and check in with yourself first. This King of Cups is very, very intuitive. Okay. He's emotionally grounded. He doesn't believe everything that comes to him. He uses his spiritual knowledge. Okay. And so what is trying to be affected right now is your source and your line to your source and your line and your communication. How do I say this? Your line of communication to source, to spirit, your intuition. Okay. Not sometimes, a lot of times when situations, emotional situations happen and financial situations happen, it causes us to think and do things erratically because we are stressed. Okay, so we comes back again to this King of Cups energy of having some sort of healing method, grounding practice, spiritual practice to keep you in alignment, because there are things, King of Wands, King of Pentacles, that may come into play that will kind of block that or trick you in some way, okay, to believing that sky is falling or anything, right? Anything. The outcome is the Three of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Expansion, right? Three of Wands is manifestations, things that are coming in, new things, and Ace of Wands is creation, creativity. This is where spirit comes in, your connection to spirit. If there is something here that you've been meaning to act on or wanting to act on, right now would be a good time to do so. Okay, it could be fruitful. It could be very fruitful for you. And not only fruitful for you, it can build confidence within you as well. That you don't, if anything were to come up that seems scary in any way, you can rely on yourself or fall back on yourself, or, you know, and you're not just relying on one thing. All right. I hope that makes sense. I had to talk in circles. All right. So I do have to go. I have to run. And I will be back on later. Seems like we may need more of these talks, especially if we're trying to be silenced right now. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.